National data from the Pew Research Center shows teenagers and young adults are the group most likely to use generative AI chatbots for schoolwork. Utilizing these automated tutoring and research tools requires a reliable, high-speed broadband connection at home. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the U.S. Census reports over 88% of households have broadband access, suggesting high potential for this kind of digital engagement. However, the Census Bureau does not break down AI-specific educational usage by race or by city. This creates a data gap. In a city where African Americans make up 38.5% of the population, researchers are forced to rely on national trends to estimate how local students are actually adopting these tools. Because this localized data is missing, we cannot see where existing digital divides might be quietly reinforcing structural inequalities before these students even reach the job market. In the industrial workforce, the role of AI shifts dramatically. Here, the technology functions as an invisible overseer. Pew Research Center findings indicate that African American workers are more likely to be employed in the service, transportation, and production sectors. These specific roles often have lower rates of direct AI usage, but they face a much higher risk of exposure to automated management systems. This algorithmic management allows software to dictate daily routines by handling shift scheduling, monitoring physical output, and tracking efficiency in real time. Under this system, human supervisors often act as the primary enforcers of metrics and quotas generated by the algorithm. According to the Government Accountability Office, while these AI-driven systems are reshaping entire sectors of the economy, federal oversight and worker protections are still catching up to the technology. For many in the African American workforce, this software operates as a rigid digital boss. Even before a worker interacts with these management systems, they must first clear a path through AI-driven hiring platforms. These platforms filter resumes and conduct initial candidate screenings, often without direct human review. This creates a specific risk. If a hiring algorithm is trained on biased historical data, it can automatically filter out qualified minority candidates. Because these systems are opaque, an applicant has no way of knowing if their rejection was the result of an automated bias. Without transparent oversight, these AI gatekeepers can lock systemic prejudices into the very first step of the employment process, limiting long-term career mobility. Beyond the workplace, these algorithms are increasingly used to govern essential consumer needs, such as housing and credit. The Federal Trade Commission has warned that AI systems used in retail surveillance and credit scoring can reproduce racial discrimination if they lack proper safeguards. When these systems rely on historical data to make decisions about housing or loans, they risk automating and scaling past discriminatory practices into the present. Building inclusive alternatives requires capital and data infrastructure, resources that the Stanford Institute for Human-Centered AI reports are statistically less available to African American-owned businesses. Without a diverse group of builders at the design level, the biases embedded in these algorithms remain largely unchecked. Currently, AI acts as a magnifier for existing disparities in education, labor, and housing, and these effects are often hidden by the lack of race-specific data collection. Until transparent data collection and bias safeguards are strictly enforced, the AI revolution will continue to subject vulnerable populations to systemic risks, rather than offering them empowered control.